let's look at some altcoins and technical analysis and some key levels, because that is what you guys requested and that is what I will bring to the channel. So let's start off with PEPE. So we're going to be doing the same structure when it comes to all the altcoins that we're going to be reviewing today. And this is kind of more of like I'd say a professional trader's point of view. Now, this one thing that we normally do as traders is we don't care about the instruments. What we care is what the chart is telling us. And look, so many people argue, you can't just do that. You can't do trading just via charts. You can't just trade via the data. Well, let me prove to you otherwise. This is my results of last year on a 400k account. I have a 600k and also coming up to 1 million very, very soon. So to some degree, I kind of know what I'm talking about, but that's not the point. I'm not here to be like, I can do it, but I'm here to kind of really show you that if we can have an analysis, we wait for it and we play with it and we're methodical, it will pay us in the long run. So without further ado, let's get straight into the key levels. All right, my man PEPE, the frog. So the main key levels we can see is this little support that we've dropped off to from the pullback. We've obviously made a previous all-time high, which was during the PEPE run, which was absolutely insane. It did nearly, I think, 1,700x from, and this is not even from the start of this is like 2,400%. Wow, that is an insane amount of return. This is what crypto can really provide. It's an insane amount of return of investment at times. So we draw the main key levels on the daily. Then we're going to come on to the 4-hour chart and see if we can find any more. And then we're going to draw one more. So there we go. There are the 4 key levels that we have, which is at 0.00001, 0.000207187, and then 0.000287932, and 0.00038. And the reason these are the main key levels is we can see on this left hand side before the run we had this consolidation. And you know what's really interesting about this structure is if we remember this structure right now, if you look at Bitcoin did exactly the same thing in 2022 before it made the new all-time high. But look, if I just zoom into this and show you the structure, we pushed onto the upside, we consolidated and then moved all the way up. It did the same thing multiple times. Look, pushed onto the upside, consolidated and moved all the way up. If we look at PEPE, pushed onto the upside, consolidated, so let me just move this over, pushed onto the upside, consolidated and went all the way up. So that's why I say when it comes to technical analysis, the same thing happens over and over again. So right now we have this triangle breakout formation that we could have with prices bouncing and starting to wedge in, meaning that this support is holding, it's holding again, but every time it comes to this trend line there is a resistance and it looks like it can break out. If I had to put a bet on it and tell you where the next price would go, I would honestly believe that price could retest this support, break out, and if it does break out and hold above, then we can finally look to retest. That's only if we have a bullish momentum. Now if we keep getting everything that's called a security and SEC keeps suing everyone on this planet on the Web3, we could potentially break lower, and if we break lower, this support would now be a resistance and we'll be coming down, and we've got a whole lot of room to move on to the downside. So it's not looking good completely when it comes to PEPE. So these are the main key levels. That is a potential trade idea if you wanted to go ahead, and that is the first one, PEPE. Right, next up we have the one and only Litecoin. And if you want to drop a comment below on the coin that you want me to review, I'll be doing some of these series upcoming in the future. I picked these coins because some of you guys actually commented this previously when I asked you guys what altcoin would you like me to review, and you've given me these 4, well, which was PEPE, Litecoin and Flow, and then I'm going to be doing Bitcoin to finish off, and then a little bit of a trade review and some updates. So make sure you stay to the end because it's learn and earn. So we'll do the same thing with Litecoin. So we want to do is go on to the daily chart, and we want to kind of just ignore the left hand side for the time being because there isn't too much price action that's going to be really relevant. We want to look at the information that is more relevant to us right now, right? So if we look at the main key levels, I'm drawing them in now, but basically if you want to learn how to draw these key levels, I've actually made another video on how to draw support and resistances and what key levels ultimately are. So here are the 3 key levels: number 1 at 100, number 2 at 81.77, and then number 3 at 66. The reason we have the top one is we can see this is rejected multiple times, a triple top if we must say, and that's kind of following Bitcoin, because if you remember, Bitcoin hit 30k and kept rejecting. So Litecoin's kind of done the similar thing in a similar aspect. We've got this lower one, which was a resistance and then became a support. And look at this one here on the 12th of March. It literally wicked to it. You can't make this up. And this is why I say technical analysis. I'm showing you proof after proof, case after case. And I just want you to take this knowledge away. That's what we're doing. We're trying to provide some serious value here at Coin Bureau. So, you know, if you look at this, literally, you can't even make this up. Key levels to the T. I've given you the key levels. What you do with it is on you, right? Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for life. I'm doing both. I'm giving you the fish and teaching you to fish. The trend line is on the opposite direction this time round, because when we had on PEPE, we had the trend line as a resistance. So every time price came to this, it rejected, right? So if we look at Litecoin, it's actually the opposite. Every time prices come to this, it's a support. So it's bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, which kind of gives us the next indication where price could break up above. If we hold, then we can look for a trade onto the upside and look for a buy position potentially running up. Now, if we had to look at our next major key levels, we'd probably be looking at 125. So if we do get a trade like this, there is around a 25% movement in there. But like I said in our strategy, we only want to secure a small part of that, a small fraction of that movement, just to secure our profit. So before we continue with the video, I do want to quickly mention, so whilst we're on the topic, don't forget to check out our Bitget competition, where there is $15,000 prize pool for you guys to take away and have as a cash prize pool. So the winners of the last month, you will get your cash by the 10th of June, so stay tuned and then just refresh your account. But this is a new month, link in the descriptions, make sure you join us. $15,000 worth of a prize pool, up to $40,000 worth of bonuses, and 20% off of your trading fees, only with a Coin Bureau trading. So link in the description. Look forward to seeing the winners. Actually, on that note, if you were number one, do you want to drop me a DM on Twitter? It'd be nice to kind of reach out and then talk about your strategy and how your trading volume works. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So that was Litecoin's kind of overview, technical analysis, key levels and potential next trade, and PEPE. And then let's go on to Flow. Now, Flow, we currently have a very, very bearish drop. And if I'm honest, even though there is, yes, technical analysis and yes, there are key levels, I think this is actually quite a good one to kind of review. Because if we look at this as an overall, the all-time high was around $40. Yes, price could have traded here before this, depending on when it was listed on the exchange. But I think the main thing and the main matter of fact is right now we're at such a low volume and low area that it's not really something we probably should be trading. But that's what I would say when I look at this. Right, with Litecoin, there's good liquidity. Is that a good pace? PEPE, there's good liquidity, good volume because it's a bit of hype. People are coming in and out of it. But with Flow, when we look at the price like this, there isn't that much opportunity, so it could be a waste of time. So that's why we do something in trading called scanning, which a lot of people do in equities, stocks, or futures. They scan the markets, and we can apply the same thing when it comes to crypto. So this is a good lesson. This is a good one to kind of talk about as well. But just for the interest of this video, if we were wanting to, these are the main three key levels, and you can see, like, I don't go into the key levels too far into the future because it's somewhat irrelevant. You know, it's, yes, price can go to $40, but is it going to happen today? No. Tomorrow? Nope. So focus at the task at hand. Now, as soon as I've done that, it keeps it quite clean, and we can see every time prices hit these major key levels, we get some sort of a reaction. That's the obviously definition of key levels, right? And we've got another potential reaction now. So if that's the case, we could look to bounce from this support and potentially retest the resistance. That's what the chart is telling us. But if you had to ask me, and from experience, I reckon this is probably going to trickle down below the support, maybe come back through, trade through, and there's not going to be too much happening unless there is a fundamental drive, meaning, you know, someone's investing in it, it hits the news, people want to get fear, FOMO, and they start pumping this coin. So really just depends. You know, fundamentals are a key driver when it comes to liquidity and volume. Right, and then last but not least, let's go on to and finish up with a updated Bitcoin kind of price review and price prediction update. So these are the three trade ideas that I talked about yesterday. So if price was to come to the support, we could look to kind of trade this and break through. We're still trading within this downward bearish channel. If we break out of the channel, this trade is looking even better now, because if price does pull back to this area here, that is a support on the major key level, plus it's a support on a trend line, meaning it is a double confluence trade. So that's the trades that we're still waiting for. I think, you know, realistically, it does look good to push up above, but moving averages are against us. We just need to be patient and see which side of the channel is going to break, and then we can create a trading idea and then follow as from there. So last but not least, I quickly want to talk about trading equity curve just as a final touch to this video. Now, this was my previous trading month, and as you may or may not know, I am a 600k verified funded trader, meaning I trade for proprietary trading firms money, private equity, and also personal money as well. And one thing I really want to talk about is you can see my equity curve is just like a Bitcoin curve as well. It will have its peaks, it will have consolidations, it will have consolidation again, and then it will slowly continue to rise. So if there's one thing I can leave you off with when it comes to trading, is to be patient, be methodical, and just give it some time. Now, on that note, I do want to update the 5k challenge has been sat there, it's parked. I haven't been trading it too much because I've been focusing on my own trading account. I am in drawdown again because I tilted. Tilted means basically doing stupid things because I didn't follow my rules, but that is on me, and I'm going to be talking about that in the upcoming videos because I think it's important. You know, even me as a professional trader has that, and honestly, the truth of it, I'm now going to challenge myself because I really want to make some money back. Money's good, right, when it comes to this. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below on the altcoins you would like me to review on the next one, some lessons you've learned, and I really look forward to seeing you guys on the 10th, which is this Saturday. Peace.